welcome back to my channel. So this is part 2 of the Gen AI series, and today we'll be creating a small app using the model that we used in the last video. So let's go to the Microsoft Visual Studio. I'll create a new file. It's a Python file, so I'll just name it to testpart2.py. So since we are creating a web app, we can use any of the Python functionality like Django, then Flask, but today we'll be using a small functionality called Streamlit. Okay, so before using Streamlit I have to install Streamlit, so I'll just install it. uh, if install Streamlit, will install it. I'll import the file or rather library. Okay, and I'll just try to display the title of the app. We'll just test if this app runs as is. Okay, I'll just save it. So make sure you save the file before you run. And the way to run Streamlit is just Streamlit run test part2.py. Simple way to run it. So you see it's displaying the app title. Now let's use a model which we used in last video. So let's bring some transformers and pipeline. Okay, and this is a architecture. You can import any model from transformers library and use it directly in the web app. So let's define the function main. Okay, Python does not have any enclosing or closing braces, so it depends on the indentation. So see, I'm closing this function into the main function. Okay, the next thing is we just have to get the object of the functionality of the app. Okay, so I'll be using pipeline to make sure that this app generates some text based on the user input. So generation. Okay, we don't know which model this pipeline function will use. Okay, so we'll just give a random task like text generation to it. You can give anything like text classification or like semantic analysis, anything to this pipeline function, and it will do the job for you. Now I just have to give the input, okay, as a variable, and I'll use Streamlit so that user must input something from their side in this app. So you can use this text input which will show a text box in the app. So let's give enter the value. Okay, now and let's use markdown is nothing but it's like a print statement. It just displays in a particular format. Okay, so we'll just pass our variable which is entered by the user to this function. So whatever user enters, okay, will be passed to the object and it will be sent to the pipeline, and then we'll get the result on the web app. Okay, so one thing you have to make sure is like if input is not entered by the user, then not we should not call this function or pass this value to the object. Now we just have to call this main function. Why I'm doing this? This is something standard, and we define it for the reason that if this is called from this, but if you run this particular file manually directly, this app will be called using this function. Okay, and if it is called from somewhere else, it should not get called twice. Okay. For more detail, you can refer to number of videos for this particular functionality. So it's very simple to understand, but I'll definitely refer you to the video. So now our app is ready. So let's close this. So I've closed the app which was running. Make sure you run only one instance of Streamlit at a time so that it does not give you any pipeline issue. Okay. So let's run the app. You can see it's running over here. Since and one way to also check if your model is getting called or your transformer or pipeline function is getting like initialized. So you see our app is called. Let's put generate some text. When I enter, okay, it's running. You can see there is a background. See, it's generating something. So it may be random text, but it shows that our app is working and it's generating the text. Okay. So you see it's generated here as well. Okay. So that's all for today. We'll make some sensible app in the next video and stay tuned for it. Thank you.